It's the MIXT NUTZ Positive News Podcast, everyone, with comedians Manos Koutsis, Quincy the Cockney Prince, yay, and we got Patrick Moynihan.
Good afternoon, good evening, good morning.
Let's kick it off with immigration, everyone, immigration. And a good news, positive news immigration story is the American lady who's gone to Pakistan. Do you guys know this story? Quincy, do you know?
You finally started with me. It's his sister. She was a sub for the West Indies cricket team, basically. So this lady clearly has got a lot of time on her hands. She met a young Pakistani gentleman of 19 years old.
Wow. And
they've arranged to meet up. You know what I mean? Most people meet on a blind date in a restaurant or like a park. But she decided to jump on a plane to Pakistan, and they met up. And when she came, she went to the house. So, that's not even a blind date, is it?
He didn't even take her out.
He didn't. No, she went to the house. She went to the house.
Is it mental? Who invites a blind date to your house?
That's what I mean. I want to know, like, did they exchange addresses or she found out? Because Pakistan is not a small place.
And how old is she? Was she young as well then?
No, in mentality.
Yeah.
But she turned up and he realised he's been catfished.
Oh, she's a lot older than she said.
Yeah, and and looked a bit different. AI has adjusted a few things with her, and she's been demanding money, and it's. I give the Pakistan authorities this, they're entertaining her.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It is a different version of Karachi Housewives.
Yeah.
Have you seen the AI version of her?
No.
Oh man, supermodel, really? Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
What does she?
I mean, look, I think she's still quite attractive the way she is. You know, she was just.
Man, she's being kind, man. She's ugly.
She was just. Oh. I just want to be fair. All women are beautiful.
It's wrong for me to say that. All women are beautiful. I will say that, but her foundation needs to be sorted out because she looked like she'd be sure she went out there like she put her face in a bunch of Bob Marley.
Maybe a quick trip to Sephora.
She literally her face is caked with white makeup.
Really? I haven't seen the AI, so what was it? She was meant to look like she was some young lass or something. And how old is she in real life? Because I saw a clip of this lady who was wearing, didn't she have a hijab on or something?
Yeah.
And she was
coming out. We're not going to go there with women's ages. You know
but I reckon, but she's not 19.
She's not a spring chicken.
What would you say she is? 30s? 20s?
I would say she's in her 30s.
Yeah.
I would say she's in her 30s.
I mean, you'd think you'd know better at that age, wouldn't you? Turning up to... Who goes to Pakistan for a blind... I mean, that's crazy.
But I think the bigger story is that the guy hasn't been seen since.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's run off.
Yeah.
How long did he not even have a chat with her, or did he just get rid of her right away?
Literally, she knocked on the door. He's opened it. She's introduced herself, and he's done the classic. Oh my God, you look different in the pictures. Can I see a 360? And then bounced.
That is not a gentleman. That is not a gentleman. No wonder she's trying to take over the country now.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know? She's basically doing what Trump's trying to do.
Yeah.
Oh, but she's asking for, do you know how much money? She's asking for 500K.
Yeah, but what is that? 5 sterling, 5,000, or is it dollars, or is it 5,000
It's Pakistani money.
Oh, that's all right. Then.
Yeah, it's about £8.
Yeah. 5,000 rupees.
Yeah, but it's equivalent to a travel card and all that.
She'll get a Nando's and a trip to town.
I don't know if I'm mistaken, but in the video she says, I'll do it for 100,000 or more, in case anybody wants to like, no, you deserve more for this.
For what?
You know, but then she said 20,000.
To do what?
She probably made a mistake, but I think
she's trying to change the landscape.
To say that she'll date someone for £20,000.
No, she will reform the country.
This woman's absolutely bonkers.
There you go.
Well, is this the Trump effect?
I think we should give her a chance. It's only 100,000. I'm sure they got 100,000.
And start off in the part of Pakistan where the floods are. All right, we'll start over there.
All right, yeah. Well, we've
got a government.
We're trying.
That's it.
All I'm saying, the stereotype of black women ain't true.
But yeah, it looks like thanks to Trump, thanks to the American way of life, isn't it? That they go in and they're now trying to change the world as it comes.
Yeah, but do you know what? It's not so much a Trump thing. I think it's more of a British thing because if you only have to go back a year or two when we had the Rwanda scheme, they wanted to pay millions, 653 million, to send people away from here to Rwanda, whereas we could just send them to Pakistan.
Yeah, but they weren't going to send them to Guantanamo Bay first, were they? For a whooping. They were just going to send them straight there on an airplane, first class tickets.
Moving on to the American way of life, let's see another American classic, the Grammys. The Grammys. Anyone catch the Grammys? Did anyone see the red carpets? What do you think?
I saw some clips from the red carpet. It was pretty good. I mean, lots of good fashion choices.
I think the fashion choices. I think of Ascot, but you've been proper been on it, and then you get dressed.
Do you remember when Ascot and Aintree, where Aintree was the Liverpool one and Ascot's the Southern one, and they put a dress code in because women were turning up to Aintree, like Scouse women were turning up, hardly wearing any clothes, short skirts. They put a rule in that the dresses now have to go to the knee, and they have to wear a hat because women were turning up without a hat. And then the Grammys, I mean, it's hilarious. Could you imagine if that Bianca Sensorio and Kanye West went to Aintree? They'd literally, the fellow that comes out and shoots the horses when they broke the leg. They'd literally just shoot them. They go, right, we're putting her down. What is going on with this?
I do. The more I see them two together, I do believe. I think he's kidnapped her.
Yeah.
I just think Kanye should have gotten naked as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
Why is she naked? I want to see Kanye naked as well. Then it would be.
Yeah, because it looked like.
Then they'd match as a couple.
No, but it looked like literally like you were abusing, going, right, love, come on, get your baps out, let everyone have a look what we're playing for. I mean, I saw something. I think we all saw it and heard it, but someone was saying that you could literally see every bit of a body or whatever, and it was funny because someone said they should get a lip reader because she was actually saying, I don't feel comfortable and he went, take your jacket off, and I was going, but which lips are you reading? Because you could see every lips on her body. Yeah, I mean, it was like, and I didn't even look, I'm not even like a pervert like that, but when someone went, you could see her lips on her, like on
moving.
On her fufu, and I was like, what? And then you go, oh my God.
If it was windy, it would have been like, it would have been the whistle song.
Yeah. I mean, what are you getting out of that?
I just like to watch a award ceremony just for once, and the people are dressed in normal clothes. They've got a jacket and a shirt, and the women are wearing dresses just for once. I mean, do you see what Jaden Smith was wearing?
He wore a house on his head. Right?
It was a castle.
The Addams family house, I thought it was.
Was it Adam?
It was a black house. It kind of looked like the Addams family.
Is he in that program on Wednesday?
No,
or whatever it's called. I've never seen it. But and what about it? Wasn't that his daughter Willow? She was just wearing like literally tape. Did you see that with a black jacket?
Who's Willow?
The one who wears her hair back and forth.
I whip my hair back and forth. I whip my hair.
I guess she got outdone by, maybe that's why, the other girl got naked.
Exactly, that would have been.
Jaden Smith, though, it looks cool, but he's basically copying Lady Gaga, though. Lady Gaga did that in 2013. She wore a box on her head.
But Lady Gaga then is copying Bette Midler. Bette Midler is then copying.
You're right.
So there's no.
Didn't Lady Gaga wear meat one time to an award ceremony? Was
dressed up in a whole meat.
She's innovative.
But I remember that meat dress. It was ridiculous because I was thinking she wouldn't get away with that. Could you imagine an awards event up in Manchester or something? They've been following her around like she's a walking kebab.
Yeah. She'd be on the raffle.
So I guess she's not a vegetarian.
Throw some veg on her.
But can I just say, I feel sorry though, because like whoever was sitting behind Jaden Smith in the Grammys, they must have not been able to.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Oh, that's a point.
Must have positioned in front of basketball players.
I mean, you need 2 seats for that house on the head.
Yeah, but he can't. You wouldn't be able to eat though. He's not going to. Every time he's going to eat something like that, he's face planting.
Yeah,
because that looked ridiculous.
Wouldn't it be funny if he had part of the castle and every time he went to get something to eat or drink, like this moat came out?
Yeah. That would be good.
If I name some of these acts, the nominees, would you know who they are?
I know all of them.
You know it? So I mean, obviously you got your
Eminem, Britney Spears, right?
Yeah.
Christina Aguilera.
You better switch chairs. Rod Stewart.
Chapel Roan.
Chapel Roan, I know the name, but it was
Charlie Roger.
I know Charlie Roan.
Yeah.
Charlie XCX.
Charlie XCX wasn't the one who did that Espresso. Who was that? Who sang that?
That's Sabrina Carpenter.
Sabrina Carpenter.
Yeah. So it's not too bad. Obviously, there were.
Who was the artist? Who the two ladies? I know Babyface was the artist they were talking to, and then they literally pushed him. This is Babyface is a legend in the game, and they were talking to him, and within a minute they recognised another artist who was clearly their age, and they just fobbed him off. And then when she turned up, she looked like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
Wait, did Babyface write the song Babyface? Is that the same? Or
Babyface was around. Keith Sweat.
Babyface. Sorry, Babyface. Okay.
We're talking around about the 90s.
Yeah. All right, so you guys.
I obviously don't listen to music. Well, music's dead now. But Sting said a really interesting thing about music is that modern music doesn't have a bridge.
Yeah.
What's that mean? What do you mean?
Do you know what a bridge is in music?
So it's like, is it like some sort of break?
It's when it dips down, and it's like, so you can be talking about a breakup, but then the bridge is like a little sub song which goes, but I'll be all right. It's not the chorus, whatever, but it gives you a sign of hope. There's like, even no matter what the bad thing happening is, it gives you a sign of hope. But now the bridge has virtually disappeared. And it's just a vicious cycle, which I think
a bridge is like a relationship. You know what I mean? Like your missus kicks you out. But you look round just to see that she's like, come back.
Yeah, exactly. That's the bridge, right? And it's a sign of hope.
Yeah.
So there's no hope in music anymore.
And that's why, for me, when I listen to a lot of modern music, like, it's good, but I can't differentiate. I don't know what the difference is. Like from song to song. I can't tell you what the difference is between Miley Cyrus and Taylor Swift. They're very similar.
Is that just that you being an old? That's what old people talk about when they talk about young people, isn't it?
Yeah. I like. Look, don't get me wrong. I like Taylor Swift. I'm not crazy about her music, but I love Taylor Swift.
Really?
I love her fashion choices, and she's very sweet.
She's an icon, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that what you think? She's.
What I like about her the most
Quincy's
is that she's a billionaire. Did you know she's a billionaire?
Oh yeah,
because she's so rich.
She's not a billionaire.
She made Paul McCartney the first billionaire English musician.
Really?
Because they did a collaboration, and it took him past the billion mark.
Because he's that whole new.
So she's a marketing G.
And listen, the reason she's a billionaire is because she recorded her songs and the record companies kept most of the money. So what she did is she re-recorded the songs on her own label and told her fans only buy this one.
Buy it from here.
They did. Boom. Billion.
Have you heard?
She's a business girl.
Yeah.
That's very smart.
And I like that.
Have you heard of Swiftonomics? So basically, Taylor Swiftonomics is basically wherever she tours, that city or town will make millions. So like when she played Edinburgh, she made £90 million for the local Edinburgh community. She played there for 3 nights. All the hotels, guest houses, all the restaurants, everything went upturned. They made £90 million projected from that. She obviously made 10, 12 million, 15 million from the ticket sales, whatever, and then merchandise. And but
and how much does that compare to the Fringe Festival?
Oh yeah, exactly.
She's pulling in more money.
She still has to pay the venues 40%.
There's a similar artist in Jamaica who done that when he came out of prison.
Oh yeah,
Vibes Cartel. Have you heard of him?
No, Vibes. I like the name. Vibes Can't Tell, right?
Cartel.
Oh, Vibes Cartel. Sorry.
I had to tell it so big in British. Vibes Cartel. But he was in prison for like 13, 40 years, and he came out. He was still making music in there, and he shut down the whole of Jamaica, and the whole world was watching. Yeah, so he done a reggae version of Taylor Swift.
What, he just said, don't.
So when he done his concert, it was on New Year's Eve.
Yeah. Because what was it? Island Records, and you've got all that in Jamaica, haven't you? It's all
that's right. Yeah. So we had a lot of like the Nicki Minaj's and the Busta Rhymes all came over to the island just to see this guy perform.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So
and he was famous before he went to jail.
He was famous while he was in jail.
Why did he go to jail? What was his?
He had disagreements with various people.
Tax man. Yeah. Talking about Jamaica.
Allegedly.
Whose 80th birthday is it this week?
Bob's.
Bob Marley would have been 80. On Thursday.
Look at
Yeah.
80.
Crazy, yeah.
How did he die again?
Cancer, wasn't it?
CIA.
Yeah.
He just naturally died, yeah?
No, not at all. He had, he had cancer in his leg, and they basically said, it was like a leukemia, they said that, they said, we can save you if we amputate your leg, but he said, no, because that'll change who I am.
No.
Yeah, and he just...
Dude,
I personally,
with one leg.
My theory, of just my conspiracy, that the story goes, before one of the CIA officers passed away, his last breath was he killed Bob.
Really?
He put some injection in his shoe. He loved football.
No.
He said, I'm going to go by that. I'm going to stick to the conspiracy of the white man killed Bob.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with that. No, but it's cancer. He's supposed to die of cancer.
It was cancer on his leg. And
cancer of the foot.
And it was...
And he weren't having it because he's...
Oh, he was a performer, and literally, because they said to him, he went for multiple operations. Obviously, he had money at that point, and he's specialist. And they went, listen, if we can stop this, but you're gonna have to lose that leg. And he went, no, how am I gonna perform that? And he said,
how am I gonna
still perform? Yeah, but you can still perform, but not with your leg. And he went, I can't sit. We'll bring you on or whatever. Sit there. And he goes, I can't do that. That's crazy, isn't it? But then I suppose I get it, because it's like us. Like if they went, you got cancer in your throat. What do you want to do? Do you want to operate on it, but you won't be able to speak anymore? I'd be like, no, just leave it and I'll carry on.
It depends who you're married to, really. Yeah, operate, please.
What, and then just using Stephen Hawking's voice box?
Yeah, I think I'd do the operation, to be honest with you.
Really?
I don't want to think about it. It's such grim. I mean, I feel bad for him.
Yeah, it's a positive news story,
If
guys.
you're bad for him, he's dead.
I know, but
Yeah, but look, his legacy, look at how his legacy.
You feel bad for him.
Yeah.
50 years later. Damn shame.
I never even
Bob.
knew that was a story. I thought he just smoked too much drugs or something.
No, that's Jimmy.
Yeah.
I know we all look alike.
Yeah. I mean, half of Manchester, South London, and parts of England would be dead.
We'd be dead,
Yeah, no, I know. That's
80% of the population would be dead.
Still glad I'm alive. Yeah.
Well, trying to keep the positive news. We're moving back.
Yeah, all right. Keep trying.
Back to people who are neurodiverse. Speaking of Kanye West. So how about we've got some neurodiverse kids, computer whizzes that have been hired by the great Elon Musk to get into the US Treasury. Do you know about this story and what's going on there? They're saving money.
Is that the new word then? Neurodiverse?
Neurodiverse. That's
you can't say
Yeah.
you can't say. My censoring machine is going to go on the rampage on this one. Yes,
Elon Musk has got a bunch of young children.
Yeah.
Who are they're 20 years old, and they're very.
I don't know anyone who's not 20 that's not got some sort of on some sort of spectrum or some sort of autism. And this isn't being offensive. This is just being true. I know everyone who's like in our generation. It sounded like we're all men, but in our generation, of course, everyone might be. We all had different abilities or concentration levels or whatever. Whereas now, it's almost like a badge of honor to go right. I'm this much on this, or I'm this percentage. I would say, just say it like it is. He's employing kids who are very good at computer skills that can focus. We haven't got that.
And we've got medicated by, you've put certain foods in the room just so we can break out.
Exactly.
So they're saving money. Manos, what do you think about this, the US government saving money?
Manos was going to cry for help.
Medicine.
I mean, I don't even have a comment. I mean, I think it's clear they're not really saving money. I mean, it's good that they've opened up the treasury to Elon and the computer experts.
Whiz kids,
and
Call of Duty dons.
It's positive in the way that it shows us that there are no rules.
Yeah.
Because you're not supposed to go in there.
Yeah.
And I heard that the guy who's been working there for like years and years, quit his job because he didn't want anything to do with, them
being
going
cool.
into there. Yeah. Because he knew this is illegal, basically, what they've been doing. So,
but the other side of it, though, the other side of that is sometimes some departments are so used to doing their own thing. So when you do question it and you do find something suspicious, like you got nothing to hide, as they say. You know what I mean? Yeah, go on.
But no one's information is safe. The whole thing is your privacy is supposed to be safe in there.
The only issue is you replace them with people who are 20 years old. You're running one of the most powerful countries in the world. I think experience is what you need. Look at us like that. Like, would you want our government run by suddenly all the civil servants are 20 years old? Would you want the head of all the hospitals to be a 20-year-old? Would you want the head of the airports to be a 20-year-old? Would you want your pilots to be a 20-year-old? Just because then you'd be panicking. I'd rather have a 55-year-old woman called Margaret who crosses every T and really is, because then at least you know, okay, she might be a pain in the ass, but she knows what she's doing.
Yeah.
And she's not going to get distracted by a flashing light.
Sure.
Yeah, 100%.
But we're missing the point here is they went into the treasury. They weren't supposed to do that. And Elon Musk is not supposed to be in there.
So what was his job then? Because he was, because I got confused by that. Because he was originally a donor. He was Donald Trump's donor. Who
He's a
gave him
DOGE,
job.
the Department of Government Efficiency. They're trying to save money.
Yeah, because he got rid of the aid, didn't he? The USA aid or something.
Yeah, where they say again that they've been spending crazy amounts on crazy things, such as, well, this is where the misinformation war comes in. So last week they said there were $50 million spent on condoms for Gaza, which turned out not to be the case, but they said it anyway at the big...
If they found million bottles in Diddy's house, they can find condoms in Gaza.
No, exactly. Yeah. I'll tell you what, I've been to Gaza and Dizzy's house, and I'll tell you this, there's not enough condom machines in either of them places. that's what I'm saying. If you want baby oil everywhere, but I mean, that is the first thing that you think of when you go to Gaza. Oh, if only there was more rib-flavoured condoms. I mean,
I just like, I like the fact of like when someone does get questioned, just to see their reaction, if how guilty they are.
Yeah.
Because a lot of those people, Trump is literally saying, well, I'm cutting this aid off. It's to see their reaction.
Yeah.
Even though it shouldn't be done.
Because didn't he say that the aid, it was paying people whose big egos or whatever, or people in charge of stuff. But then you could say that about everything. Look at Oxfam. When didn't they get corrupt at the top of Oxfam, which is that big charity that was saying that thing. But that doesn't mean you still stop the money, because everyone else who works at Oxfam are actually using that money to help everyone.
To help everybody, yeah.
You're always going to get a kink in the system somewhere. Look at our industry, comedy or whatever.
Yeah, that's when you need a 20-year-old, because when you find out they're being dodgy, you can send them to their room.
Yeah.
Go to your room.
Get your room now.
I told you already.
Have you guys
wake up to the country?
What facts have you seen in the papers recently that you've been fooled by, and what things have you been fooled by? I mean, that one is
that's
classic.
easy for me.
Yeah,
that's easy for me. Arsenal fans feeling them in the Premier League. I look at the back pages. You really think you're going to be in the Premier League?
Non-football story, non-football facts.
Non-football fans.
Non-football facts. Anything, Patrick Manos? Have you come across anything that you've been fooled by?
I mean, there's so much stuff in that you can't believe. I mean, it's so hard. I do this where, like, we were all talking about this before we were recording about X or whatever, which used to be Twitter. And the thing is, back in the day, I remember you could look at that quickly. Do you remember when it was Twitter and you just go, right, you're on the way, so when you go, oh, what's the breaking story? Or you've heard, or someone said, oh my God, have you heard about this? And you go straight on Twitter and you'll see it. Whereas now you can't. I mean, I tried to do that the other day and it's just horrific. I went on there, it's what? There's these illegal dragons coming from Pakistan. It's like, what is this? It was like, there's so much rubbish on there that it just doesn't make sense.
We've been champions of justice by calling out racism on the Twitter, and they've come back with one of our posts we've found was using terrible use of the N-word, and we took that one down. Luckily, Twitter went with us.
Who tweeted that? It was like just some random.
Some American. Crazy man. And then another one came back with a no. It's fine. It was an anti-Muslim Twitter, and it was like, oh yeah, don't worry about it. It's fine. Twitter has found violations. So it's a mixed bag out there. I don't know in terms of
what happens if you was a black Muslim.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, in Pakistan trying to get $7,000 a week. Yeah. Like, what do we do now? We're in a conundrum here.
What do I do?
Give them $5,000 and let them stay. Yeah.
So yeah, it's still ongoing. We'll have more information over every day now coming out. It's just too much to catch up with, isn't it?
2025 is going to be a year of seeing but not always believing.
Yeah. Oh, well, it's
good. It's right for us as comics.
Yeah,
maybe we
yeah.
can do an Edinburgh show every freaking week.
Yeah, exactly. You can just change it every night, going, right, here's another hour of stuff. I mean, I saw something when I was coming here today, reading it in the paper about the internet, you know, all this fake stuff. Apparently there's 168 million fake sites or whatever, or text just in the UK alone, that is fraud, that is purely just fake. A third of people who order stuff off the internet or whatever, it doesn't exist. It never arrives. And this is the whole thing where this generation now, they're moving forward. Is like, oh yeah, there'll be no more high streets. We're all moving to the internet. We're buying stuff off X. We're buying stuff off TikTok. We're buying stuff off Instagram. A third of that stuff is scam accounts that doesn't even exist. There's no such product.
That's right, yeah.
And they're all getting conned. And it's like, people don't realise, in the future, once you get rid of all the high streets, there's no going back, mate. There's no cashless society. Everything's on the internet. We're going to rue them days of when we used to go to Woolworths back in the 90s.
Nigga pick a mix.
Yeah, you get your pick a mix. Yeah, you were never getting robbed, were you? You were robbing them. They were never. The product was there. You weren't going to the cash register to pay for a jumper, and someone would swipe the jumper and just rob your money. It's like that's what's happening on the internet. And it's fake.
Have you been like spotting things like? We obviously make short films here at Our Motion. Have you seen like when you get a cinema trailer out, the interesting comments that you get? Like some of those are always like,
edited badly.
Yeah, edited.
Yeah, I mean, who was the guy? Was it that Tommy Robinson guy? I mean, what is going on? Didn't he have a movie out or something about what's happening in Britain? And it was like watching Lord of the Rings. I mean, which Britain is this? It was just pure fanatical made up stuff of like, they're doing this, we're fighting. You go, mate, we travel around the UK, 98% of the UK is still very much British. You've literally gone to one or two parts of Britain where, there's a hotel that's being used as a refugee centre, or you're going here. That doesn't happen. You could go to Morecambe, Devon, Cornwall, Macclesfield, Wales, any part of Wales, Scotland. There's no, it's literally 102% of ethnicity of the local population.
Yeah, especially with the no-go areas as well. It's all, yeah. Speaking of gigs, Ozzy Osbourne is gonna be doing his last ever gig for Black Sabbath. You guys, what would you do for your gigs, your last final gigs? Not that it's going to happen for a while, obviously, but what would you do?
I'm going to join Black Sabbath and start taking over from Ozzy Osbourne. I didn't even realise he was still touring.
No, he's alive. I thought he'd done his last gig from years ago.
Yeah.
He's a miracle of modern science. How does that man still function with all the stuff that all the bats that he's eaten?
Yeah.
I'm sure he's got a healthy diet.
Yeah. Okay. Do you know? Talking about fake news and Ozzy Osbourne, you know that was the guy that's in prison, isn't it? Max Clifford, the PR guy. That was all the thing about Ozzy Osbourne eating the bat. The thing about Freddie's whatever his hamster. All of that was PR. So it never even existed. So what they used to do, I think they deliberately put like a toy bat or something. They put stuff like that, and they go, right, we've got, because back then nobody had a camera. So it was pure PR. Because they went, right, we've got a press come in because Ozzy's going to do this thing. Obviously, here's a plastic thing. He's on stage bit and this, bang, put that on your front pages.
That was, what's the guy who managed Boyzone? He was in
Louis Walsh.
Louis Walsh. He was, reiterating what you just said. That's how he got Boyzone to become popular. He was literally making up stories to put in the newspaper.
But but see, this whole thing about fake news, it's been around for donkeys years. Yeah. The only difference now is, back then, you couldn't trigger a world war like you could today. Like now, that's the difference, is that you put fake news out there, and they got, right, we're just sending some nuclear weapon warheads across there. It's just,
So where's your final gigs? Manos, you're a man who loves your theatre. Where would your last theatre gig be? At the
Epidaurus Theatre, or as we say in Greek, Epidavros.
Epidavros.
It's an outdoor
Oh, like an open air theatre.
It's considered mankind's first theater.
Really?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, and you got to go.
How did your acoustics work? That's crazy.
So
this is where the
amazing thing is, like, on there, when you stand in the center of the stage, you can whisper, and the sound goes to the top. It's like being in a giant cone.
Yeah.
They knew their math.
But it's an open air theatre. Open air theatre.
It's an open air theatre. Yeah. I need to show you a picture.
Could you imagine doing a gig there on like December the 20th, like hailstone rain, whisper?
Well, in Greece you might get lucky with the weather in December, but they still do plays and shows there. Starting they do them in the summer now.
Yeah, I was going to say, because even light rain, you're not going to hear anything. It's just going to be umbrellas going.
Yeah. Off season, you can go there as a tourist site, and you can go on the stage, and you gotta go because it's on the mountains, beautiful, and just the magic of theater.
Do you know what? I would love to work there as a tech guy. Can you imagine just being the tech guy, just sat in the corner going, "You've done a sound check, Nick?" Just going, "Yeah, sounds great." And you're just sat there. Just I'll be sat here having a sandwich. Just give me a sandwich.
That is the funny part because in Greece, like 80% of Greeks are heavy smokers,
right?
Pack a day minimum,
and cat lovers.
And we love cats and dogs. They roam free with us. They know how to cross the street.
Did you ever do them gigs where they did decompression, and that was in the Greeks of Cyprus, but it was the Greek part, wasn't it? I think where they have the bases. And I remember you'd go out for food or whatever, just sit in. I eat halloumi or whatever, or they'd have chicken thing, and it was literally cats would just turn up, and I was like, "Who's this cat?"
Exactly, yeah. But anyways, everybody's a heavy smoker in Greece, so when you go to the theater, that theater in particular, you just hear coughers smoking coughs.
Really?
And it just is all over the mountain.
2-hour play. I was the play. Yeah. I come back with COVID and I've heard I can't tell you a single line in the play. This was the play. Hello.
Pat, where would you end up? What's your dream gig? Where's the theatre? Comedy.
Do you know what? I think there's so many great theatres across the UK now and across the world, but I think it'd be so funny to go back and play the very first gig that you did and play that as you are now. Can you imagine with that experience? And I'd love to do that because the very first gig I played was in Islington, and it was on Essex Road. It was a Purple Turtle. It's not there anymore. It's just flats now. So I'd love to turn up someone's flat and just do a gig. They're like, just there sat on the side. Who are you? Who's this? But anyway, listen, I've got so much to prove. I'm so much better now.
Quincy, what's your favourite?
Do you know what? I'll probably follow in the footsteps of Spike Milligan, and I would do it at a graveside. And when I'm gone, I would pre-record the show.
Yeah, brilliant.
Why they ran the graveside.
Yeah, because you've got the best audience then, because everyone is there that loves you. There's not going to be any...
That's right, yeah.
Everyone knows you.
My final curtain.
Did he really do that? He put like a...
He put a message on his I told you I was sick.
Yeah.
This is the best.
Great joke, that is a great guy.
Stick that on YouTube, see if you get some good comments on that one. All right, brilliant. Well, that's it for another show, guys. Well done. And this show, as I always say, was sponsored by T&K. And we will see you on the next episode. Goodbye for now. Goodbye.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.